Damn, I'm not gonna lie. I came into this episode and I was originally like, oh, let's see what's gonna happen, Naruto, whatever. And this episode blew my expectations out the water. The stuff that happened in this episode, the amount of content we got was definitely very packed with stuff. And to be honest with you, I went in there and the action was cool and all, but I wasn't even really hype off the action stuff. It was more so just what was going on in the episode, the dialogue, the conversations between the characters. That's really what drove this episode for me and definitely made it a great episode. So starting off with the Kages versus Madara, pretty much Kages getting the asses kicked, which rightfully so because Madara's a freaking genius. He's one of the most powerful shinobi of all time, not to mention he freaking has Hashirama cells in him, which we find out in this episode. You get to see Hashirama's face, which the only complaint I have about this entire episode, because everything else was well done. It was very, it was great episode. The only complaint with this episode is the art style and the animation. It was very, stripping down, and at times was just the drawings in particular just looked really off. So that's pretty much the only complaint with this episode, because this episode just had so much stuff going on. First of all, the flashback with the Tsuchikage, him thinking back to when he was, younger and his fight with Madara. I really liked the little motivational speech that he got from the first Tsuchikage. It just really built up the character. And I think that, if I'm correct, some of that bit was filler, where he was talking to him about the stone and whatnot, but it just added to the emotion. And also filler bits like that, I don't mind, because it added, we get to see a little more of the first Tsuchikage. And just seeing his battle when he goes up against Madara, how Madara pwned him and had him on the ground and was like, just on some beast shit. So it was showing that even back then, Madara was nothing to fuck with, and I love that. And it had the right music at the right time, and it just gave me more respect for the Tsuchikage when he came up and he was like, yo, why am I making excuses for myself? Let me get my old ass up. I'm tired of this. Although at first, to be fair, I was laughing my ass up looking at him like, why is Mini-Me on top of the Raikage's back? Maybe he's evil. Terrible joke. And then if that wasn't enough, that was some pretty interesting shit. Then you go and then you have an encounter. They finally have a reunion, Itachi and Sasuke. And anybody that, you just randomly clicked on this video and you haven't watched Naruto in a long time, last thing you saw was Sasuke and Itachi's fight, and that's it. You just said, I saw it, that's enough. You should go watch this one, because you're gonna be blown the fuck away and be like, yo, just imagine as fans, as, any one of you watching this video, that the last time you saw Naruto, you saw Sasuke versus Itachi, and then you see a reunion. I think anybody's mind would be totally fucked. Like, what is going on? Why are they reuniting? Oh my god, I gotta go back and see this. So this episode, just on that type of stance, is already enough. But then you get the interactions between each other. So you get, just this emotional thing, and I think this episode it did emotion very well, because once again, one of the things that Naruto does very well is emotion, and this episode really got it, and I really felt it. I'm not gonna lie, when they were just exchanging back and forth, and Sasuke was just like, why the fuck me? Why only did you leave me alive? What's different between, the parents? And you could tell that Itachi's bullshitting, because back then, Toby clearly said he couldn't kill his little brother. Everybody, but he couldn't kill his little brother. And, Itachi's like, oh, I just wanted to be judged by Uchiha. And you can see that one of the most powerful things, too, is that Itachi, with everything he went through, he had to man up and admit, I fucked up. I made a mistake. And that right there was the biggest thing, I think, of this entire episode, was Itachi admitting that he fucked up with trying to steer Sasuke towards the right path. He ended up fucking him up and turning him into a criminal and everything because of all the messed up shit he did. And it's like, yeah, you kind of mind raped them. And that part was just done so well. You just see the emotion, the voice actors just putting their all in, especially Sasuke's voice actor. You really just feel it. It's like, holy shit, that's Itachi. What the fuck? So most of the credit of this episode really just goes to Kishimoto's story right there, because that's him that did that. Like I said, the animation in this episode really wasn't good at all, but it was really just the story and what was going on. All the content that was packed into the episode that did the job. We even got a little mini battle right there real quick. Just a small taste of Susanoo versus Susanoo. Is it just me, or did anyone else forget that Kabuto was still around? Like, when I saw him in this episode, I was like, oh yeah, the snake pervert is still around. And then the ending, once again, going back to Madara and the Kages. Madara just saying, Tsunade is disgusting, she's filthy, she doesn't deserve it. That part right there, again, another powerful moment of Madara just showing more of his character. Like, he fucking does not like Hashirama Senju. He respects him. And that's what people, like, a lot of times people just don't understand, where you can absolutely despise someone, but you can respect them at the same time. You can see when you get that creepy smile on Madara's face. It's like you could totally tell this dude respects the living fuck out of Hashirama Senju, but when he looks at Tsunade, she's average at best at doing medical ninjutsu. She can't do the wood style. She can't do shit like her grandfather. He's like, get the fuck out of here. Beast shit from Madara. And the Raikage like, oh, I had enough. You're not talking about her like that. Does the Raikage want to get in them Tsunade jeans? All in all, wonderful episode of Naruto Shippuden. Again, the only critique I have is animation, but that really wasn't a factor in this episode because with everything so strong, if you have everything else checked, you know, music check, sound check, just everything else, the story, the progression, everything checked, then that just becomes a very minuscule factor. So great episode, 9 out of 10 for this episode. It was just a very powerful episode, packed with so much content, progression, and it just all around was very well done. First of all, let me know what you think. Favorite moment of this episode? Was it the ending with Madara pretty much insulting the living fuck out of Tsunade? Was it Sasuke and Itachi's reunion? I think that was, for me, my most favorite moment. Just seeing the reunion. The hairs on my arm was standing up when I was watching. It's like, holy fuck, seeing this animated, it's been so long. Or was it the beginning with the Tsuchikage flashback? Because I think that was done as well. Even with the little filler bits, it still made it more stronger. And then seeing that battle between the Tsuchikage and Madara owning him and Mu as well. It's like, so much good shit. And also, if you're an anime-only viewer, what do you think is going to happen now that Sasuke and Itachi are having this reunion? Do you think that they're going to have some sort of clash? Are they going to work together? What do you think? And just your overall thoughts of this episode. Did you enjoy it as much as me? Because I had a crazy enjoyment out of it. I got a lot out of it as far as content. And just overall, again, great episode. But that's all I have for this review. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Thumbs up for all the great shit that happened in this episode. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.